Welcome back. In this video, we are going to deep dive into the most powerful tool that every developer should know. Your brain is surprisingly good at spotting pattern in text. For example, in this blob of the text, you can easily determine which part are the email addresses. But your computer is not gifted with this same intuition. To enable your computer to identify general pattern in text, you need to learn regular expression. So let's learn regular expression together by writing an expression that identify the email in this block of text. To visualize how regular expression work, we are going to use this online editor called Regex 101. Don't worry, I will provide the link at my description. Regex 101 has two important boxes. First, the pattern box, where we will write our regular expression, and the text area below where we will drop in our sample text. So our stage is ready to perform. So let's write our first regular expression in the pattern box. And we will start with the character @. So type @. It is the character that all email have in common. Writing the character in regular expression box highlight all the character in emails. And this is how editor show us which character is matched with our pattern. This type of match where we look for a specific character in a text is called literal match. And the character we match on in this case @ is called literal. Literals can be any number of characters. For example, if we type the full email address as our pattern, the editor find exactly that address in the text. Literals are the core part of regex. But pattern like this made of nothing but literals, it is similar to reinventing text search with Ctrl F. To create more general pattern that match all 5 email addresses, we need few additional tools. With regular expression, we can create a pattern that describe the common structure of syntax. In our example, every email addresses share the same structure. Some character in left and @ side in the middle, and the domain on the right side. For that reason, we will use the literal @ sign because it is the common and placed at middle of the email addresses. @ sign as the foundation for regex and build both side pattern from there. We will start building the pattern to match the left side. In standard email address, the character immediately before @ can be a letter, otherwise it can be a digit. To handle this possibility, before the regex, I'm going to use square braces, and inside the square braces, we need to define the pattern. It is a custom set that allow matching characters, and here we need to pass character class. In our example, to match every possible lowercase character, we could manually type the characters such as A, B, C, D, A, B, whatever. Suppose if I type the characters, all the characters, let me show you. This does match any lower character before the @ sign. As you can see, O match with before @ sign, R match with before @ sign, again O match with before @ sign. Instead of typing out everything, we can simply specify the range of allow character A to A-Z. Here we define the range between A to Z in small letter. It returns the same matches but less typing. To specifying characters to match between brackets, we have created that's called character class. That's great. Now we know how to match a single lowercase letter before the @ sign. Now let's see how we can extend the pattern to match multiple lowercase character on the left side. To do this, we can specify between the curly braces to number of character to match, say 5. This is called quantifier. As you can see, our regular expression matches all 5 characters before the @ sign. In our case, it's fully matched with hello. But not every email addresses has exactly 5 lowercase letter before. In our case, summer, S is missing. Summer partially match with this pattern. At the same way, if we have shorter string before that, it also not going to match with that. Suppose in our case, go @ lose, in that case it not match with shorter string. To fix this problem, we need a pattern flexible enough to match a variable number of characters. Instead of single number, a quantifier can specify a lower bound 1. So I type 1 and upper bound 5 on the number of allowed characters. So hello match with this pattern. And summer and water to go still partially match because we define the range between 1 to 5. And here we allow character small cases. That's why it select up to 2 character, because then we have number in order to go. If you increase the upper bound value range, if I make it 6, now it match with summer. Also it match with hello. But still it do not match with order to go. But in real scenario, we may not know which is the longest email possible here. It is not the great way to generate the pattern. To situation like us, we don't know how many characters we need. In that case, we need to use unbounded quantifier. To match one or more unbounded quantifier, we use plus sign. Now it match with hello or summer, but still it doesn't match with order to go. Also, it do not match with tech_club_2026. Now at the left side, our two lowercase email have been matched. But since our current character class doesn't include uppercase letters, digit and underscore, we fail to match other emails such as wholesale. It is in upper character and this email contain underscore sign, also number. It is very easy to fix. So let's extend the character class. I am going to extend it capital A to capital Z. Now it match with this email wholesale because it is in capital letter. And the final two unmatched email contain digit and underscore sign. This one contain digit and this one contained underscore sign and digit also. To include this, first I am going to add range number between 0 to 9. As you can see, it match with this condition. That's why it select order to go. But still it do not match underscore sign. So I add underscore character. This is awesome. Now the left side of all 5 addresses match. The character class and the plus quantifier together handle any combination of letter, digits and underscores. With the left side done, let's now use the tool we just learned to build the right side of the pattern. So like before, we are going to specify a character class between lower to upper ranges. So I type A to Z in small case and A to Z in capital case. Now it match with one character after @ sign. And to match all of the character, again we need to use quantifier. So I'm going to add plus quantifier to match all the characters after @. And that's great. 5 of the email match. But what about this? If you focus on loose leaf, it stop at the hyphen. Now we need to add that character also. Now to match the hyphen, we explicitly add the hyphen end of the character class. And now it's matched with the pattern. If hyphen placed between two characters, the engine reads it is a range, not a literal. And that's great. Now all the 5 domain match. And the last piece, we need to handle the domain ending, such as .com, .co.uk, etc. Now if you focus on this email, you can see .com or .co.uk made with some of it contain uppercase character and some of it contain lowercase characters. Since all domain endings start with a dot, let's add that to the pattern as literal. So I'm going to add after the dot. Here I am going to add another character class. And here I pass both lower and uppercase phrases. As well as we need to add dot characters. So I type dot. Now to extend the pattern to match one or more character, here I'm going to add the quantifier. Now I'm going to follow it with a plus quantifier as we do before. Now our pattern looks like it's worked. It matches all the 5 email addresses. But our expression has a sneaky problem. In regular expression, a dot character is not a literal period. It is not a literal, it is actually a special syntax. It is a wildcard that match any single character. So currently the wildcard matching the dots. But what? If we replace dot with X, it is also matched with that. That's the problem. Matching any character is not the behavior we want. To match only the dot character, here we need to use backslash before. If I add the backslash, now it match only with the dot character. This time if I replace dot with any character such as X, now it do not match with that. Backslash tell the engine treat the dot as a plain character, not a wildcard. And you need to note that a dot inside character class is always treated as a literal. So we don't need to write backslash before. Awesome. We now know how to use regular expression to create a flexible pattern that describes the structure of an email address. And this is the saddest part. Our regular expression is quite long. Since it is common to want to match letter, digits, and underscore sign together, regular expression provide a shorthand for this pattern that we can use instead. Instead of this entire character class, we can write backslash w, which is a short for word character. As you can see, backslash w exactly return the same matches as our character classes before. And to replace lower and uppercase letter inside of this class, you can replace it backslash w. So I replace both the classes lower and uppercase character with backslash w. Still it match with our result. But since backslash w match with letters, digits, suppose if I replace .com with C0M, still it match. If I add underscore signs, still it match with the email address. Say it would also match with invalid email addresses. And now I'm going to leave it as they originally was. So I'm going to replace /w with original one. Awesome. Now we built a regular expression from scratch. And we know how to apply a shorthand and when to write explicit class instead. Now the pattern we built works for our specific set of emails. But it is not a general purpose email pattern. A truly complete email pattern would need to handle a lot more edges. Regex sentences are quite hard to remember and read, even for experienced developers. So to help and write make sense of more complex regular expression, you can take help of AI. In our case, I'm going to use ChatGPT. For example, we can ask for a general purpose email regex. Write a regular expression that match emails. So if I send that prompt, it's going to return the result instantly. And if it is not clear how the output work, you can ask AI to clarify the concept. So this is it for this tutorial. If you like the explanation, then don't forget to subscribe our channel W3Run and you can share the video. Thank you. See you soon.